Wake up to being on a planet in a cosmos that's miraculous. And I am not confused about the suffering in the world. And I'm committed to transforming it and changing it with every breath I take. But I am able to do that without clinging to hatred or despair. Or even as Kazantzakis put it, hope beyond hope. I had a nun ask me, was a class I taught in my university. She came up at the end, I was on the Abhidharma, a bunch of technical stuff. She said, do you teach the 9 realms? She said, do you believe in the 9 realms? I said, no. I try not to believe in anything, sister. But I teach the 9 realms. And I teach them because I have experienced them. They are not lines in a book, they're states of mind that I've experienced in myself. We must understand the teachings. So many of our religious traditions for 3 or more thousand years took our internal space, our internal architecture, and externalized it. So heaven was somewhere out there. So God was somewhere out there. Whatever was holy was somewhere not here. Somewhere not here. And Buddhism is an inversion of that. So I'm learning to be more and more sensitive to release. In Pali, the word vimutti means release. When I discover, I'm letting go of some of my conditioning. Whatever that conditioning may be, from society, from family. And again, I'm concerned with the conditioning that causes suffering. Not the conditioner I need to wash my hair. Okay, so people go, oh, what about this? No. This is about suffering. And the making of suffering and the unmaking of suffering. Those are the 2 teachings in Buddhism. Everything is about that. And for one reason, is so that we can discover our primordial lineage as a human being. And that primordial lineages is the capacity we have in us already. The awakened mind in us already. The big heart in us already. But we forgot. And we have societies designed to keep us forgetting. I was in Egypt, in Cairo, years ago. Part of my community was doing a village project out in the desert, wells and schools and things. And I got a tour with the head of the Department of Agriculture. And he was walking me through Cairo, and he took me to, he says, I want to show you one of the oldest irrigation systems in the world. And so he took me to a part of the city. Fabulous. So I said, well, why is there a water problem? He says, we forgot how we did it. We must remember this about ourselves. So, oh, well, what about this? What about every generation must take responsibility for reclaiming the integrity of its inheritance. Paul Tillich used to say this about Christianity. Every generation has to re-understand and reclaim, what does grace mean? What does forgiveness mean? What does love mean? And the same is true for us in the Buddhist tradition. Every generation must reclaim the Dharma and embody in a way that lights up our courage and lights up our imagination for who we can be as individuals and who we can be together. And Martin Luther King's name for who we can be together is beloved community. That is our possibility. I have little confidence in institutions. Carl Jung, in his book, The Undiscovered Self, was saying that it is very important that we understand the difference between a person and an institution, because a person is consciousness, an institution does not. And what makes our challenges so complicated is, you know, in the age of the Buddha and the teachings of that period of the three poisons of greed, hate, and ignorance, they are now institutionalized. It's not just an interpersonal matter of me coming next door and apologizing to you. For one, I don't know you. We've never met. We live in these, like in corporations, these cubicles, these silos they're called in the corporate world. And you know, it's amazing that people are like sending emails to each other and they're like next door. And of course, since nobody reads, we used to get a lot of calls about communication problems. So why don't everybody go into a room, introduce yourself, why don't you start there? This is what we must do with one another around the world. We cannot depend on our institutions. They are not capable, and they are designed in a paradigm of what's called Theory X, which is the worst possible outcome can happen here will happen, as opposed to Theory Y. This is old organizational development language I'm applying to our world system. The amount of money we spend on weapons and police and arming people, we could have redone so much. And I don't know about you, I don't especially feel any safer. I haven't met anyone who does.